Did you miss me?
Hi guys, welcome to Off the Air.
I'm Aura.
Oh wait. Hi guys, welcome to Off the Air. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Raquel.
I'm Aura, and today we have a very special guest.
Hi everybody, I'm Carlotta Champagne.
As you know, she is very popular on YouTube for her try-on haul videos, and she has a huge following on Instagram for just being a bad, hot bitch.
Well, thank you.
And she has a really cool car. What kind of car do you have again?
I actually have 4 cars, so.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so you're probably thinking of the DeLorean because that's the one that most people get excited about.
Yeah.
It's a partial time machine. I have a Barbie pink Mustang. I have the pink Jurassic Park Jeep that's outside. I don't know if you saw it.
I saw it. It was sick.
And we're building a 917 Porsche kit car right now.
Wow. Yeah. She's a car girly. Yeah. We love that. Yeah. Comment below if you're a car guy. So I actually met Carlotta. When did we meet? Like in Vegas?
Yeah, you were like one of the first people I collabed with outside of my like personal friends groups. Like someone set us up to shoot together and I was all nervous. And
yeah, I like pulled up to her really dope house. Like her house looks so cool. She has a indoor-outdoor pool situation.
It's fully indoor actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's just the whole house is built around it. It's weird.
It's really cool. And like she has like her
I wanna go.
Every room is decorated different and like it's just like it looks super dope. Like I feel like it should be like a pure space like location.
I tried to set it up so that I could shoot there forever because when I first like went into escrow on this house, it was like through the pandemic and I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be shooting here the rest of my life, if we're gonna be trapped indoors for the next 10 years.
Right, that's what it felt like. It felt like we're never getting out.
Yeah. So that was my goal, was to make it as shootable with different location looks as possible.
Perfect, I love that.
That's really freaking cool. I want a house like that. I'm like kind of jealous. Jealous is not the word.
Well, just come over and visit me and you can use it.
I love that. Thank you.
What inspires you to like go the vintage route for like decorating and just like content wise?
I've always loved vintage. I'm a huge like vintage clothing person. I almost entirely wear just vintage clothing. And the more I went to like estate sales, they're kind of like dead people houses. You go and like buy dead people things when they're liquidating their estates. But I started falling in love with the architecture of the homes from those periods and started to learn more about like vintage versus like antique and the things I liked. I tend to like mid-century sort of things, but the more I've experienced it, the more I was like, oh my gosh, I want this. I want this home. I went to the estate sale of Ava Gabor. Do you know who they?
I don't know who that is.
So Zsa Zsa Gabor was like her famous sister Ava. They were like, I don't know how to describe it, but like very rich, beautiful women of like the 60s and 70s. Green Acres, she was like the rich, whatever. And I think that was her sister Zsa Zsa, but she was just always that over-the-top rich lady. And when I went to her estate sale, the whole house was over-the-top lavish, 1960s, leopard print carpet, leopard print drapes, leopard print furniture.
Wow. Oh my God,
and it was absolutely insanity.
Where did you do this estate sale?
That was in like Beverly Hills that I went.
How do you find out about an estate sale?
There are websites for it, yeah.
Really? I want to go to one. Can we go to one?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh my God, that was so fun.
Sick.
What's the coolest or the weirdest thing you've like seen at an estate sale?
Ooh, I've found some really, really cool stuff. I've found large amounts of money that were hidden.
No way.
Yeah.
Where?
Wait,
What?
you can just buy it, or like how does that work?
I don't know. I don't know if this makes me like unethical. I'm going to talk about it on a podcast. But I was at this estate sale and there was this vintage shoebox from the 60s, which I thought was cool. It's like a thing that you put all your shoes in, and it had like a cool design. But I noticed that there was an envelope taped to the bottom of it. And I was like, I'm going to buy this shoebox because I just feel like there might be something in this envelope.
Yeah.
And so I bought the shoebox. It was $20. I get into my car. I rip off the envelope from the bottom of it. I open it up. There was $1,100 cash in it, and it was all vintage bills, nothing before like 1970 or nothing after 1972.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was your find.
Yeah, that was meant to be mine.
Yeah.
I mean, they were dead. They obviously didn't miss it. It had been since 1970.
But I
Maybe
love
even
that they
remember
like
that it was
collected it for you.
Yeah. I think I needed it back then, so it kind of was like, you know.
Did you end up like spending the money, or did you like save it?
I put it in the bank.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I found a lot of really interesting stuff at estate sales, and I think one of the funnier things is that these companies don't go through everything. So you'll be like going through a dresser and you'll just find people's personal like sex photos of them and their wife. because they've passed away and no one thought to just like
Nice.
hide it. So yeah, you find a lot of vibrators, you find a lot of weird stuff.
No way.
Yeah.
I've gone to estate sale shopping and I've never found these
Oh my
cool
gosh.
things.
I'm a hunter though. I
That's
find the
insane.
weirdest stuff.
I feel like I'm not a hunter. I find an estate sale like on one of those sites, and I show up and I start looking around, and I'm like, okay, what do I do with myself?
I mean, I found a bottle of Quaaludes once, so I mean, it was an old house, obviously, but
That's fire.
yeah. I mean, I didn't take them, and I don't think they would have sold them, but you know, I just gave them to the estate sale company. I was like, yeah, you might want to hang on to this. They probably sold it under the table.
Probably.
So Carlotta, how did you get started into the industry?
Oh, I have been in the industry a really long time. So in 2001, I started figure modeling. So art modeling for like drawing classes and artists
so
and stuff like
cool.
that.
That's not a usual intro. That's actually really
How
cool.
did you like, what made you get into that?
I'm a total exhibitionist.
Oh my God. What does that mean?
That means like
naked?
you get off on getting naked in public and like people seeing you naked.
What?
So-
I feel like I was that when I was a kid in Iran. I got naked in like a mosque and ran around.
And they let you do that?
No, it was not allowed, obviously.
Technically allowed.
I once flashed a bunch of people at a church, so I feel like we're kindred spirits
Oh
now.
my God. We're like the same person.
You're 20s with different ethnicities.
I didn't know there was more people like me.
Oh my God. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Central Florida, so very much like the Bible Belt, and I am Jewish, so it was very unusual, like in a Southern Christian area. So I don't know. I think I was super rebellious. I had a lot of angst against the church, so
Yeah.
I did a lot of weird stuff like that.
When did you leave there?
I left in 2006. I graduated college and then bounced. Yeah.
Okay.
What'd you take in college?
Well, actually, no, that's a lie. I moved up to the Panhandle after that. Ooh, slide. Loud. I actually moved up to the Panhandle after that, and then I moved to Los Angeles after that. So I've
what
been
did
around.
you take in college?
I have a BFA in fine art. So
wow.
yeah, I did like ceramic sculpture. I always wanted to do fashion design, so I was doing a lot of elements of sculpture within fashion.
And then
It
you,
makes sense how you got into the fine art portion of it.
right.
Yeah.
And then, so you were like modeling for painters or like artists?
So yeah, I started out as an art model, and it's actually funny because I needed models for some of my runway designs. I was like on Project Runway. I've done a bunch of weird shit.
What? What season?
Season 2, I think it is. And
Season 2 Project Runway?
So cool.
and it's
We need
it's
to
just
dig
a
this
blip.
up.
It's a blip, and I find it kind of embarrassing because they basically I made a prom dress out of condoms, and they show it and they're like,
Sick,
this is
actually.
too weird for Project Runway, and they definitely like
That's
went
so
on the
cool, though.
too weird route, but they used it for all their advertising. So then for that season, so
Weird work.
I was on TV a lot in the commercials.
How many rounds did you make it?
Oh, I didn't make it in any rounds. They were like, this is too weird for our show, but they just kept showing it. That's what
If it's
was
too weird for your show, keep showing it because it'll get weirder.
Yeah.
There's plenty more where that came from.
I think that they would have someone like me on there now, but I think at the time they were still trying to be high-end fashion because, you know, it was the beginning and they were really trying to
Right.
make a name for themselves. But now I think they want like the edgy, weird, you know, avant-garde.
Yeah.
So, but, you know, so I've done a lot of stuff like that. But when I was doing my fashion design, I had runway shows. So I would need models. And when somebody would flake, I would model it myself because I needed somebody. So I ended up kind of getting in with a bunch of local photographers, and I heard that Playboy was coming to town and doing a casting call around the college,
That's
so
so
I went. And
my
actually, it was my art that got me into Playboy. They saw I had a purse made out of condoms, and they asked me about it. And I was like, oh, I made
Do you
this.
still have this purse?
Oh, yeah. I mean, not on me at the moment, but
Right, of course.
yeah.
Can you send me a picture of the purse?
Please,
Yeah, yeah.
I would love to see this. It's
And
giving me
the dress is
goosebumps.
good.
Yeah,
Like,
you can see, I have an Instagram page for it. It's called 2 Girls, 1 Closet. And
Oh my God,
yeah,
cute.
you can see some of my weird
so you went
designs.
to this.
Obsessed with her.
So you went to this Playboy casting, and they saw your purse, and they were like, "We want you."
Yeah, well, I mean, I hope they like my titties too, but like, You know, I'm flattered that they like my art a lot.
It was the titties, the face, the body, the bag.
But I think, you know, there's a lot of pretty girls, but if they can write about you, that's a big add-on. So my art has been featured in Playboy special editions and Playboy's main magazine, so that's kind of cool.
That's really cool. Do you have those like issues?
At home, yeah.
That's so cool. I need you to send me pictures of those because I want to see it.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's so dope.
that's so cool. So then, where did you? So after you've done kind of, I feel like you've done everything already prior to all that.
I've been doing this a long time.
That's
I've been in the industry over 20 years, which is very unusual.
Wait, how did you go from that to like YouTube and try-on hauls? And like, was YouTube the first platform you got on, or what was the first platform that you got into?
Gosh, so
on socials?
MySpace, that's how long it's been.
Wow.
I mean, I started on MySpace when I was modeling, and Facebook has never been like a good platform for it really, but I did Instagram kind of like half-assed for a long time, and then I finally got very gung-ho about it. I was like, I'm going to work with like the best photographers and I'm going to hustle, and I grew to like 1 million followers. It was really exciting, and then I got bored with it.
Yeah.
So TikTok I'm trying, but my girlfriend Dare Taylor, she stayed with me when I was kind of ignoring social media, and I was watching her, and she's like doing Instagram and she's doing YouTube, and I'm like, shit, this is what I have to do to keep up with staying in the industry, because I'm losing touch, you know, because I was a magazine model. I wasn't like a social media internet model.
Right.
And it totally transformed from that, like those little couple of years. It happened so instantly where
Very
you were
fast.
like in magazines, everybody was doing magazines, and then social media.
It's like print is dead.
And social media is so much more work. Like people don't think when you're a magazine model, you get paid. It's like a 9-to-5 job. You show up, they do your hair and makeup, you do your shoot, and then you leave. They edit the photos, they do whatever the fuck they want with the photos with it. But social media, you are the one that decides what you're gonna wear, what you're gonna do, how you're gonna make it sound, what you're gonna call it, how you're gonna edit it. It's so much more work that you have to put into it, right?
Yeah.
So which one was the first platform, like after MySpace, that you were like more like?
I would say Instagram was the one that I really started putting a focus on.
And then what year did you get into YouTube?
So gosh, I'm trying to think. It was, I want to say 2019, I made a YouTube channel where I was like, okay, I'm going to start doing try-on hauls, but I'm just not a good enough video editor. And so I made like 1 or 2 on my own. And then I ended up finding a company that helps me do editing, and they've been like game changers for me.
That's amazing.
So-
And her videos are so fire. Like, it looks like each video has its own theme. Her background is cool. The
That's
editing is
so cool.
cool.
Thank you.
The lighting is cool. Like, everything is so like next level. I feel like
thank you.
your videos are really
That's
dope.
amazing.
What are some tips you have on someone that's like starting out on YouTube that's just like trying to grow on there?
Oh, YouTube, I feel like it's harder now than when I first got on it, but a lot of it is just making your thumbnails like catchy. Like a lot of people don't realize it, but people are looking at thumbnails on their phone. So most of the time, because we're thinking Instagram, we think of a vertical shot, but YouTube, you want a solid horizontal. And so you want the biggest image you can fit in a horizontal space that is going to catch the eye.
That's a great
So
tip.
thumbnails are really, really important, and also keywords. Like if something is trending, like I don't know, we'll just make up
Coachella.
that. Let's say, I wouldn't say Coachella because that's like specific to a few days, but let's say Kim Kardashian has a baby and that's like huge news. Or if you know it's about to happen, like she's 9 months pregnant and you're like, okay, this is about to happen. You somehow put that into your title or put that into your keywords, then it will like get looked up a lot.
So like, what would you make a title if you were posting a video while she was pregnant?
I actually made a parody video of her giving birth like 3 months before she gave birth to her first child, and I dropped it like as soon as it hit in the news that she'd given
What
birth.
did you call it?
Kim Kardashian gives birth, and it went viral.
How many views did it get?
I don't remember. This was a long time ago. This was before.
Wait, can we look it up?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if like the original video is still on there. So
Really?
yeah.
But that's so smart.
But it got like hundreds of thousands of
Did
views.
you have
which is
anyone
big
like
for them.
guiding you with like what you just said, like the thumbnails and the things, or is that like trial and error? Like
A lot of it's trial trial and error. I had a comedy group called the Rag Mag Rejects, and we did a lot of sketch comedy. And it's a bummer because we were really before our time. Like, it would have been huge on TikTok, but people just kind of, it wasn't there yet.
Did you repurpose that content maybe?
I've thought about doing that. It's unfortunate because all of those girls have left the industry because I've been in the industry so long. All of my girlfriends have retired. So yeah, they all have like kids and stuff now. So I feel weird like taking their sketches, but some of them were very funny. So I do think about taking some of it and repurposing what I wrote.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Okay, so we're gonna go into a segment called Truth or Drink. Do you have a drink?
I have water.
Okay. If you want, you can have this drink.
Okay, what is it?
It's a margarita. I haven't
Okay,
tasted
I'll
it
drink
yet.
a margarita. Why not?
There you go.
I haven't had a drink in like 8 months.
What?
You're breaking my sobriety.
We're breaking your sobriety. I don't want to be like a bad influence.
Oh, I don't care.
You're only
I don't
doing
have
it
a
if you
problem.
wanna do it. Okay, perfect. Cheers to that.
Cheers.
Cheers to being able to be in control of your own life and be sober if you want to be for 6 months and then have a drink if you want to, and then go to being sober if you want to after that. I used to do
Cheers
that
to having control.
Okay, so
We're gonna start a segment called Truth or Drink.
yeah, so this is our segment Truth or Drink with Carlotta Champagne.
Ooh.
Carlotta,
Yes.
girth or length?
Length.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna drink to that anyway.
Do I get to drink to this?
Yeah, please, everybody drink. Do you like it? Is it good?
It's fine. It's very icy.
Now we have an ASMR segment. No, I'm just kidding. Okay.
How big is too big?
Ooh, I feel like it's how people use it. So that's hard for me to gauge. I would say over 8 inches is usually a problem instead of a pleasure. Like once I'm dealing with over 8 inches, it's like I can't get into certain positions without having issues. So I'm gonna put that as my ideal max.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Spit or swallow?
I do both. I don't know.
What does it
Drink.
depend on?
Diet. Like
Their diet? How do you know their diet though?
No, well, because if it tastes bad, like
Oh,
then
true.
it's a bad diet. Yeah.
That makes sense.
What's a bad taste? I'm actually not too familiar when it comes to swallowing, so I would like a little.
It's like a strong sort of like bleach smell. I don't know. It's like a stronger smell
Yeah.
than taste almost.
I've had some bad experiences.
yeah.
Describe, please.
One time I was camping with this guy. Well, not with this guy. I was camping with my friends, and this guy and his friends showed up to join us at the camping party. And we're in the tent, and all of a sudden I'm sucking his dick. I don't know how this happened. I just tripped and fell on his dick. And he came in my mouth. I didn't know what to do, and I was like, what do I do? Do I just like open the fucking thing? I opened the tent and I just like spit it out. But all of his friends and all of my friends were outside of the tent. So they saw the whole thing go down, but it was disgusting.
Yeah, I've had some guys who like literally taste like water. So
It's because they have a good diet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How small do you think is too small?
I don't know, like I don't like to be like a size queen. I'm very open if somebody's a good lover. You know what I mean? So I would say like 4.5 is not ideal, but like I could potentially work with it if they're a good lover.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So I would say anywhere from 4.5 to 7.5 is like workable, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, I
fuck
agree
with
with
that.
that.
I like an average dick. I'm
It's
happy with
really
an
like
average dick.
the prep work.
Yeah.
And how you use it, right?
1,000%. Yeah.
I saw a question that somebody asked, and I want to ask you this question. It's pretty interesting. Have you ever had a partner that checks people out in public, but, okay, wait, let me ask it again. Would you rather have a partner that checks people out in public, but never watches porn, or rather have a partner that watches porn a lot, but...
Doesn't check people out in public.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Fuck it.
That's a good
Okay,
rule.
so we have
I
10
mean,
minutes.
they both are not ideal to me, so that's a hard
If
one.
you had to pick one or the other, right?
I feel like if we're checking people out in public together, sure.
Yeah.
But if they're being like a creep and just checking out girls, that's not cool.
Have you
but
ever been at a dinner and somebody's been like, you see them with
Yeah, they're like-
someone's ass, and you're like, oh.
But like porn addiction is really awkward, especially because I'm in the industry. Like I know everybody. I have family members in the industry. Like it's wild. So
That's actually really cool. I didn't know that.
yeah. So I'm not gonna like out anyone's information on here, but But yeah, I've had family members who are like huge porn stars. So I'm like, I wouldn't want my significant other to be like masturbating to my cousin
Friend,
or something,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah, no, I get that. That would be awkward.
Would you rather if they were masturbating to you?
Yeah, definitely.
So if you're dating a guy, how many times a day do you think it's necessary to have sex?
I'm like very happy at once a day. Like I've had my days where I'm like, let's do it 5 times a day, but then I'm like out of commission for 3 days. So you know what I mean? I'm like, I need to have a healthy, happy balance.
She's like, once a day is enough for me.
Would you date Andrew Tate?
I don't know who that is.
Okay.
Okay, well,
Let's change different question.
who's the most famous person that's DM'd you?
Ooh, I don't know if I should like put people's shit out there.
No, okay, the second most famous. No, I'm just kidding.
What's the last thing you Googled? Do you know?
I
You have your
don't.
phone on you? No? Okay.
I'm always Googling something fucked up.
That's
we
why
see?
I don't think I even want to know.
I always ask that question because I think it's so funny.
What's the craziest sexual experience you had?
Oh, I don't know, but I have a really crazy sexual experience planned. So maybe I'll just tell you about that.
Yeah, tell me, please. I would love to know.
Okay, so there's this guy I've been seeing, and I
Is
wanted
this the same guy that I met on Halloween?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So I've been seeing this guy, and I wanted to do something special for his birthday. So I've rented a private airplane called Love Cloud, and it's so you can join the Mile High Club. They have a private bed in the plane. It's cut off from the pilots, and you can have sex in the plane.
It's actually made for that?
Yeah. So,
Where does it go?
So they've got this in Vegas and LA. So it just flies over the city, and I think you can actually fly between the 2 cities if you want. But
I
yeah,
want to do this. How much is it?
it's a lot. It's for an hour. I think it's like $1,100 or $1,200.
That's worth it.
But I'm like,
Are you gonna record it? We're going to.
Allowed to?
Can we watch this?
no, I'm not planning on recording it. But like, I don't know. I just thought it would be a fun, cool
You should
experience.
record it just for your own archives.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it's a good experience. You don't want to not remember it. You don't have to use it.
Yeah, I'm like, hopefully
You
he's
could just
not
have
watching this because I'm like,
You
I
can
don't
record it on
want
one
to
of
know
those
yet.
like DVD like camcorders.
But that's my planned most exciting experience sexually.
What's the worst sexual experience you've had?
Oh God. Why are the worst
feel like
ones
this is
more
coming to your
memorable than the best ones?
No, it's true. It's so true. The
Bad
worst ones you remember
experiences
forever.
Imprint on your life versus good experience. Sometimes it's just kind of the way it is.
Yeah, I don't even know because I feel like I've had enough bad ones that you just sort of they all blend together. I feel like it's usually dudes with whiskey dick and like just frustrating situations.
Is it like? Isn't it so offensive? Like I find it. I don't know if I just take it personal if somebody's dick doesn't get hard, but it's not no one's problem. It's just they're drunk.
Yeah.
You know.
They make.
But isn't it so offensive? You think like
Yeah.
as a girl,
They
you're
make
like,
pills
"Fuck."
for that now.
Really?
Yeah, blue.
Okay, well, we're not giving no free clout to nobody.
Yeah, we don't have to. We can cut
Bleep it out. Bleep it out.
Cut it out.
Bleep it out. No free promo.
Yeah, we can
We're
bleep it
taking
out.
sponsorships
But I'm
though.
just saying, they make it for that, and it's not like Viagra, so it's like more of a natural drug. Just FYI,
Okay,
if anybody
interesting.
ever
Good to know.
market.
I don't know. At this point, I'm like, just no dudes that drink too much. I'm like, I'm over that shit.
So would you say drinking too much is your ick? Do you have any
Yeah,
icks?
that's a
Like,
huge ick for me.
What's another ick that you would say that you have?
Bad hygiene. It's a
Huge
big one.
Yeah.
Would you let somebody eat you out after you just like were sweaty and left the gym? Would you let your guy eat you out since you don't like bad hygiene?
Probably not. I'm like really paranoid about like not being gross. I don't
get
know.
Would you or have you ever had sex on your period?
Yeah.
Would you ever let a guy eat you out on your period?
I'm sure I have. But I feel like at this point, I'm like, I've done that. It wasn't that exciting. I'd rather just.
What would you say to a guy if he was about to go down on you and it's like,
I mean, I would at
happening,
least
that's
warn
him.
them. Give them a 10-second warning.
What's your favorite quote? Do you have any favorite quotes, favorite movies, favorite something?
Oh, I have a lot. So
Like, what do you live by? Like, what's that mantra that you would like live by every single day that you would like to share with everybody?
I'm not sure because I'm going to remember in like 10 minutes when we're done.
okay. We can
Which is basically
we can
the
put it
story
on
of my
the
life.
screen if you remember it in 10
There's
minutes.
a quote from Tyrion on Game of Thrones, and essentially, I need to read it exactly
Right,
to say what it is, but
okay.
he essentially says, like, don't lie about who you are, embrace it instead.
I love that. I'm a super true believer of that as well.
Yeah.
So I get that wholeheartedly.
Facts.
Where can people find you?
Whew, okay. Instagram, I am Carlotta Champagne. OnlyFans, I'm the Carlotta. TikTok, I'm the Carlotta. My YouTube channel, look up Carlotta Champagne, but it's called Carlotta's Closet. I don't know.
2 girls, 1 closet.
Yeah, 2 girls, 1 closet is my
Just
my
go to her
fashion business.
Instagram, Carlotta
Yeah.
Champagne.
We'll
You
link
can
it
find
all in
all of
here.
the links.
HiCarlotta.com. You'll find a bunch of shit. So,
Perfect.
That's what will be linked.
Thank you so much for coming on the pod.
yeah,
We
thank
love
you for
having
having me.
Thank you so much. You're amazing. So inspiring. You're so cool.
Oh, thank you.
I want to live with you. Can I move in?
We're gonna go visit her. We're gonna come
Yeah,
visit you.
definitely
That's
come
cool.
visit.
She
yeah.
didn't say yes. just
Her
so you guys
birthday is
know.
at the end of the month. Have a good day. We love
Goodbye.
you. Thanks for watching. Give us a thumbs up. Love you.